Morning, everybody. Doing wonderfully well today. Okay, so let's just jump to the full chart here. We obviously know AMD. Good morning, Wes. We obviously know AMD reported earnings, and the stock is under a lot of pressure this morning. So I think that the critical level here, we're currently trading underneath it, is 477.70. That is the 7-day moving average. I would not be surprised to see AMD head lower on the chart. I'm actually looking at a fade on AMD. I think that there's two key areas that I'm personally watching, and it kind of correlates with this major high pivot green bar reversal zone, this little green bar, and this little green bar. So I'm watching for this AMD to come right through this little area here. So high pivot on this green bar, low pivot on this green bar, kissed it over here, kissed it over here. So I think we're actually going to undercut 455 here, this low pivot. So I would say AMD is a short the pop for sure. That one is on watch for a short the pop. I'm hoping that they give it a little bit of a bounce before, as I would like to get short AMD. So that one I'm going to keep on watch for sure. SpaceX, obviously a big one. After hours is reporting, yeah, YS is saying AMD's fucked. SpaceX down. I was looking to short that one as well. I would not be surprised to see the market do a little bit of a gap and crack, or at least a fade. S&P 500 is showing once again remarkable strength. We did have a crazy rally yesterday with a slight end of day sell program there, but we are gapped up well above that. If you asked me if AMD was down 7-8%, SpaceX down, double digits, would the market be up? I probably would have said no, SPY is probably down, but SPY is holding steady. Nvidia is pushing. A couple other names. We'll go through a couple of the names here momentarily. What just happened? Yeah, AMD's cooked for sure. Another interesting sector today is IGV. IGV is ripping and roaring today. Crazy. IGV once again is doing another gap up. This is getting very extended, guys. We are due for a pullback in software land. IGV. IGV is coming into this downsloping trendline resistance. It's got a major bullish pattern on watch. Obviously, it's a little extended here though, so I'm hoping that IGV can get into this gap fill around 104.80-ish. I'm hoping that we can get in there for a fade opportunity. Definitely on watch. I don't know why my color's all messed up. Just messing around with this background here. Let's get to the open point. If it hits that 104 and change, Nvidia just got a nice pop. Kratos, gold, silver popping. Defense stocks are popping. We are long silver. I'm also looking at taking some profits on my AGQ guys, member trade. We will look to take some profits on silver trade today. Okay? Just a heads up. And SPY is on watch for also a short opportunity today. Guys, I just sold my silver, long, my silver. We were long silver. We bought this little bit of a dip over the last couple days, did a video, nice breakout on silver. I did sell my levered AGQ for just over 13% gain. So nice job there if you caught that with us. IGV still remaining firm. AMD's defending that 7-day moving average. 533 is a big level as well for SOXX here. SPY's just crazy. Look at SPY go. I am interested in a short up here, guys, on SPY. Nice negative divergence. I think we should get an opportunity for a fade. SPCX still being drained. Nice push on Kratos. Kratos is ripping. Software still strong. AMD down. Alright, I'm gonna jump into some SPY puts. Let me see here. Gonna go for a good old-fashioned gap and crack, but 773 puts are what I'm gonna jump into. AMD though is getting a small bounce. Nvidia still remaining bullish and strong. Kratos is a beast. Kratos up 17%, guys. This is one that we've also hammered the tape on. KTOS. It's been beautiful. Look at that. Pop and drop. Classic wedge pattern break. IGV seeing a little bit of sell side pressure. Grabs down, Rivian's down, silver, nice pop, AppLovin strong. Snapchat coming in. Uber's getting rocked down 5%. AMD getting a buy program. Interesting. So it does look like maybe software is gonna see some sell side today. P500. See if SOXX is still trying to bounce. AMD getting a nice buy program. All right, I'm probably gonna look to. Oof, AMD is trying to get through that pre-market high though. Damn, that's a big bounce on AMD. Nice dip buy. All right, I am gonna look to try to fade AMD, guys. I'm gonna go in for some puts. It's had a really nice bounce across the board. For 80 puts on it, AMD for tomorrow. The only problem is semis are pretty strong right now for the time being, but 480 puts, oof, they just exploded up $100 there. Shit, I missed that entry. I missed that entry briefly. It's okay. Still seeing Nvidia remaining strong. SOX is weak. Your US dollar is trying to catch a minor little bit here. SpaceX down 11, Tesla rolling over, Micron, AMD, Intel still pretty weak, Apple's down 1%, Microsoft rolled red. So you're seeing a lot of the software stocks starting to roll over here, guys. SOX is still seeing some additional sell side pressure. They're full on beast right now. I jump into SPY puts 773, 773 0 DTE puts. Oil starting to get a little bit heavy here, faded. Nvidia software pushing again. Jeez, AMD's a monster right now off of these lows. Look at that push. Ripping with Nvidia. Ripping. AMD still chopping around, getting some slight rejection, guys. These puts are crazy, man. They're volatile on AMD. Expensive and volatile. SOXX is still holding steady. Lots of software getting faded under the hood of the market. Down. Nice. Yeah, I got stopped out of my Palantir puts yesterday. So you were right, YS. You were right to stay away from them. Didn't listen. That's okay though. Hmm? Yeah. It's right sometimes. Still debating on trying to jump into these AMD puts, guys. I'm still thinking 480 puts for 2 days out. But SOXX, SOXX has got a big buy program. Turning green. You're a green machine. So just sitting in SPY 773 puts. Yep, that's trading exactly. IGV still holding steady up here. NVIDIA testing 191, seeing a little bit of sell side pressure off that zone, but still remaining strong. All right, nice dip in your S&P 500 starting to come in, guys. Our puts are starting to wake up. All right, I am going to jump into AMD puts as well, guys, for tomorrow. Gut fill at $9. If we get a breakout above this high, I will stop out. SOXX is so strong. IGV rolling over. What you do to me, AMD? Don't get through that opening range high. Come on, get rejected. Shit. AMD's trying to get me. So dip buy for SOXX. SOXX is green while IGV is rolling over. So they're selling software today, or at least taking some profits and rotating back into semis. That's what it appears. Fucking AMD wants to stop me out here, eh? Come on, AMD. Come back down. Don't hold the breakout. Shit, these semis are crazy strong, though. Crazy strong today. At least our SPY puts are working out. Those are paying quite nicely. AMD's rocking me right now, but at least I have a little bit more time. You do have silver gold still remaining firm. Again, we took profits on our silver trade. We were long AGQ, the silver leveraged, and we did take profits. Nice rolling over in SPY, guys. 773 SPY puts are printing. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it a lot. Come on, AMD, roll over. Roll it over. Nice. Here we go, guys. We are getting the sell program. Beautiful rejection, guys. AMD puts printing. SPY puts printing. Stunning move. Come on, baby. Go, go, go down. Go down. Come on. Drop it down, baby. Drop it down. Send it to the basement, baby. The US dollar starting to pop slightly. Crude oil still trying to defend that daily 200 moving average. Beautiful rejection on AMD. This is what we like to see, baby. Drop it down. Drop down, AMD. Drop it down. Up 135 bucks a contract on AMD. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Look at the massive rejection on AMD, guys. Software IGB looking heavy. SOXX is still trying to roll over. So still sitting in SPY 773 puts. AMD 480 puts. Come on, AMD. My first trim target on AMD, guys, 480 puts, is looking at this pre-market high tap, so around 485. It just so happens to kind of correlate with this previous little gap fill where they're defending AMD on. Come on, just roll us over just a touch here. Roll us back over. You can do it if you really want. They're still holding above pre-market high, so that's kind of somewhat bullish, I guess. AMD, they're trying to buy the dip a little bit. Nice. YS is long Micron. Well, I hope we're both right. IGV, guys, has rolled over now, going negative, so software is getting sold pretty sharply here. Lots of sell side pressure hitting the software trade. Palantir's now negative. Come on, SPY's miraculous, man. They're just holding this price action to the extremes. It's wild stuff. Kratos getting quite a bit of profit taking, still up over 10.5% there. Drop it low, baby. Drop it low, AMD. Drop it low. Shopify still up 18% and moving. Let's go, AMD, go. So let's make money. Absolutely, guys. Still have financials holding steady. Nvidia holding steady as well. Snapchat rolling over a little bit. Zeta up 14.8%. Intel still green. EOSE, big down day there. SpaceX still down 9.5%. Let's just look at SpaceX here. Trying to get a little bit of a buy program off the lows, but nasty, heavy, heavy, heavy. Man, this S&P is pretty resilient. Pretty resilient. Hmm. Gold is still sitting right on that daily 200 moving average, nasty hourly sell program for oil. It's one of the main reasons why S&P is still remaining pretty strong here. Marvell still green, Intel still green, hanging in there. Copper stocks, aluminum stocks. So you're starting to see a nice rotation, guys, back into commodities. DBC basket. Well, you got silver pushing. Obviously, you got gold pushing. Let's look at copper real quick. Where's the copper futures here? Why can't I find it? Stocks. Trying to find these copper futures. Wow, big bounce across the board. Fuck it. Look at that big stick on gold. Nvidia is still shaking and moving. Geez, not much resistance left on Nvidia up until you get into the 200 area. Is anyone trying to trade Nvidia long? Ah, there is a bought NVDL stock. Nice. Nice job. S&P 500, possible 15-minute hanging man candle forming as we speak. It's still too early to tell. Minute left in this 15-minute candle. Nvidia is still remaining crazy strong. Slightly overbought on the 10-minute chart, but that doesn't mean nothing. A little bit of a negative divergence building on the hourly chart as well for Nvidia. IGV still struggling slightly. A little bit of extra buy pressure hitting your SOXX. Uber having a nasty day today. Uber, Uber. So we just had PMI data coming out. PMI data softening up the market slightly. 54.1 for the manufacturing PMI. Interesting. A little bit lower than consensus. AMD still defending that 7-day moving average. Interesting. Come on down, AMD. Come on down. AMD puts are still paying here, guys. Up 200, sorry, 175 bucks a contract on AMD. Let's go. Let's go. 200 bucks a contract up on AMD, guys. Come on, baby. Keep her dropping. Keep her dropping. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go. AMD's falling like a rock. Pre-market high incoming for AMD. SPY losing pre-market high. Puts are printing, guys. Puts are printing. SOXX getting a hard rejection rolling over. IGV rolling over. Now NVIDIA is seeing sell side pressure. That is technically the first profit taking zone. Backtesting the gap fill pre-market high on AMD, guys. That is first trim. First trim. First trim. I trimmed one of my contracts, half of it. Nice 300 bucks a contract on AMD puts, guys. Beautiful. $300 a contract on AMD. Beautiful. Still sitting in SPY puts. Still expecting SPY to at least test its pre-market low. NVIDIA, once again, trying to get a little bit of a dip buy. SOXX still looking pretty heavy here. Although your US dollar starting to weaken up, soften up, rolling over here back under 100, 99.7. Silver still up 5%, gold up 3.2, Nvidia pushing again. But SOX looks heavy, guys. If it wasn't for Nvidia doing some heavy lifting, I don't know where this market would be. Micron as well holding steady up 1.87%. Meta up 1.17. Microsoft has rolled over down almost 1%. Apple down 0.43. What else we got? QQQ still lagging slightly, but green. SPY leading. IWM lagging. SOX is down 0.67. Netflix is trying to push. JP Morgan Financial still pushing. Eli Lilly still pushing. Ba-dum-bum-bum. SPY. Come on, SPY. Roll it over. Uber's still getting toasted. Commodities are strong, whether it's Freeport, copper stocks, SCCO, aluminum, silver, gold. Commodities look strong, ladies and gents. Oracle down 1% today. They are getting a bit of a dip buy. I'm not going to let this AMD trade go against me, guys. My stop is going to be at break even on AMD. I have one contract left at $9. Stop at break even on AMD. So that's $9 for me. Still up on the trade though. SPY? Fuck SPY, man. SPY is just crazy. What is SPY doing? Oil and the US dollar are rolling over, so the market likes that a lot. Lots of software names have still rolled over, guys. Trying to make a little bit of a breakout here intraday. BTC showing a little bit of resiliency, up 0.5%. Interesting. We'll watch that. Oil still looking weak here. So if the market can't hold this bounce when oil and the dollar are both selling off, making possibly new lows intraday, we should see additional sell side pressure. Staples are seeing quite a bit of money flow today, which is saying that there's a little bit of worry in the market. People are moving some capital defensively. How's solar doing today? Solar, yeah, that's still trying. Fucking AMD is stubborn. Just drop it, man. Take out the lows, AMD. Go test that earnings low. The earnings low for AMD is quite a ways down, right? We're looking at 463 area. Don't know if it'll get there. Usually they like to, but it's bouncing. So if I get stopped out of the AMD 480 puts, again, break even at $9. If I get stopped out, I will look for a re-entry short again on AMD. But I'd have to get a better price than the $9 entry that we just got. So we've already taken 300 bucks a contract, about 30% gain, but looking for more. What is going on here? I don't think that's updating right now. The US dollar, guys, just made a brand new low of day. Brand new low of day. That's nasty. SPY still trying to defend that pre-market high level. Nvidia is still charging here, guys. Nvidia is still charging. A little bit of buy the dip coming into additional mags. Wow, gold. Look at gold. Such a strong price action. Guys, we warned you about this move in the metals. We warned you. That's a stunning classic breakout. We did a video a couple days ago, tried to inform everyone. We were long AGQ with members. So good job if you pat yourself on the back if you made some money in the metals. But silver is ripping. Rip, 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 rip. And this BTC, guys, don't sleep on Bitcoin. The Clarity Act is supposed to be coming through the pipeline very soon. I feel like BTC has done a lot of shaking the tree down here. And I say that as long as it stays above the 7-day moving average, BTC is a straight out buy right here. If it loses that 7-day, get the hell out of Dodge. All right, what else we got going on? You still got weakness in ASML, that's slightly red, but SOXX is trying to get a bit of a dip buy. You still got weakness in ARM, that's down. AMD may stop me out here, guys, but I am interested in re-shorting. Airlines are loving life today because crude oil is weak. Oh, AMD. Maybe they're not going to stop me out. Still looking heavy here. Nvidia is very aggressive short up here for a quick scalp. We're talking like maybe 10 to 15% if you want to short the next pop. I'm not looking at doing so. I'm just going to stick with AMD since it's a lot weaker. And these SPY puts. I'm just amazed with how SPY is acting so resilient here. It's crazy. Quantum stocks are starting to roll over. CRM, GoDaddy, that's still green. SoFi holding somewhat steady here. Put a stop loss on my SoFi long. SOFI, I'm going to lock in 19% gain no matter what. 1860 stop on SoFi. SoFi's acting very well. Starting to pop and print to the upside. So again, guys, I have been long SoFi off that sub $16 area for quite a long time. SoFi's been very choppy in this range, but I have a stop loss at 1860. 1860, it is a member trade with 19% protection. Again, my average is 1560, so I'm locking in $3 per share gain no matter what. This is a pretty big position for me, so I'm just going to protect the trade. 1909 is my first fib retrace. That's where I'd look to trim the position. But otherwise, I have a hard stop in place. All right, AMD still looking heavy here, guys. Puts are still in and are still working. Nice push down on AMD, guys. Bitcoin still showing a little structure. You got IGV getting a little bit of pop. Nvidia new high a day. All right, this is a possible shortable spot for Nvidia. It's very aggressive and risky. I wouldn't stay in the trade for very long. You should be in it for maybe 10, 15 minutes max if you're looking at shorting Nvidia. SPY, man. SPY is kicking my arse. I just hope AMD they flush it. No good thing against the king, yeah. Yeah, it's a very tough short Nvidia. It's a very tough one. We're talking about, very small percentage gains if you're going to short it. And I'm not even doing it. I'm just sticking with AMD. But just in case anyone wants to or anyone's in it, that's what I'm seeing is you can probably scalp 5 to 10%, 5 to 15% on some put options. All right, so across the landscape, guys, we still have the IWM showing weakness. It is still green up 0.33, but lagging. SPY once again is showing resiliency and outperforming. It's up 0.64. QQQ up 0.41, lagging though. Nvidia up a whopping 4.7%, bolstering itself as the world's largest company again by a pretty decent margin. Google up 0.44%, testing 379 and change. Apple down 0.3, testing 308. Microsoft down 0.68, testing 489. Amazon down a quarter percent, testing 276 and change. SpaceX down 8%, testing 115, hanging on by a thread. Meta up 1.1%, testing 594. Tesla down 0.5%, testing 325 and change. Micron having a nice day, up 3.3%, and climbing, testing 922 and change. AMD struggling, down 5.5, testing 489, 490. Intel down slightly, testing $100 barrier, down 0.84. Netflix green slightly. JP Morgan having a stellar day. Financials are loving life today. Gold, silver, obviously moving. VIX is still. Why is the VIX green still? Up 2.73% again on the VIX? That's wild. That is crazy. Come on, AMD. All right, guys, we have two bearish candle formations. You got that 15-minute hangman candle in SPY, followed by a secondary 15-minute bearish candle. Now you're starting to see a little bit more sell side pressure. Structurally, S&P 500 SPY is still bullish above pre-market high right now, but the range between pre-market high and pre-market low is so low that I would expect that SPY is still going to see some additional sell side pressure. But it's acting stubborn up here. Tough, tough short, man. SPY is designed to take your money, man. That's one thing I've learned is the indices are so tricky these days when they're trending in one direction. Much better moves in individual stocks. Everyone loves to play the zeros though on these indices. What else we got? Rocket Labs up 3%. That's been a nice mover as well, guys. RKLB showing quite a bit of positivity this morning. Why is my chart not loading here? Go back to that screen. AMD still hanging in these 480 puts, guys. Up 150 bucks a contract. Let's go. Sell AMD down. Drop it lower. Drop it lower, guys. Come on. Come on. Again, I had two contracts AMD. Sold one. I have one left at 9 bucks a contract. Stop at break even. If we somehow get this earnings low retest on AMD, which I think could happen, um, we're gonna get paid huge. Paid huge. All right, so Nvidia is seeing a little bit of sell side pressure off that 222 area that I said you could probably scalp short. So it's teetering, 20-30% pullback here and there. The big thing I'm looking to see is do they pull Nvidia back and give AMD a little bit of a facelift here? That potentially could happen. SLV up 5%. Again, we closed our silver trade with members today. We were long silver, banked about 12%. Bitcoin still trying to push, trying to break through 64.5, guys. Keep your eye on BTC. The US Dixie dollar is falling, piercing pre-market low here on the 15-minute chart, looking nasty. IGV is still struggling to push up off of that gap up. SPY still holding resiliency, even though it's setting up potentially some 15-minute bearish candles up here. We did get that 15-minute hanging man, followed by a secondary candle close. Statistically, when you get these two candles, you often see more sell side pressure on SPY, high likelihood, but they're burning premium and holding it. Micron, you stubborn stock. Oh yeah, how's the nuclear trade doing today again? That's what I forgot to look at. Yeah, so uranium is up 1.69% this morning, but the nuclear stocks aren't really following suit. Uranium almost at the highs of the session. S&P finally starting to show some weakness, guys. Let's get paid on these puts. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Drop it down, SPY. Drop it down, AMD. Drop it down. Pierce that pre-market low, AMD. I'd love you for that. If you can do that, If you can do that, SPY's just hanging on to pre-market high with a thread. A thread. Sheesh. Listen, listen. So again, anyone that shorted Nvidia off that 222 area, you're in the driver's seat. It's getting a nice 50-cent pullback. So that was your scalp. I would have covered off that little bit of a dip. You may get more weakness, especially if SPY and SOXX start to break down here. But that was the dip there, guys. 222 puts would have paid on Nvidia. Still looking at AMD for a new low. Come on, AMD. Just crack it to the downside. But SPY is so stubborn right now. Across the board, we do have the VIX. Even though all three indices are green right now, the VIX is up 2.91%. We saw that yesterday with the strong rally in the market. The VIX was still green. Very peculiar. Possibly investors buying downside protection for their portfolio, but not selling stock. Typically not a divergence you see often. I'm still sitting in SPY 773 puts, zeros. AMD August 7th, 480s. Come on. Uranium, Bitcoin still looking pretty solid here. Commodities are still looking strong. SOXX is starting to roll over here. SOXX coming into its opening range low, 534.97. It got pretty hard rejection trying to break out through pre-market high. Not looking good anymore. The market is looking like a fade day, guys. It's looking like a big fat fade. Nvidia, that's a full dollar rejection off that 222 area. Here comes SPY, big spot. Pre-market high once again being tested for SPY. Same thing with AMD sitting right on pre-market high. You can see how correlated SPY and AMD are, even though their chart patterns are way different. They're both testing pre-market high and are both about to lose it simultaneously. I'm up 265 bucks a contract on AMD. Let's look at SpaceX again. That's down 8.45%, guys. If you're wanting to short this pop on SpaceX, SpaceX over the next couple days are probably going down to new lows. SpaceX is probably going to get faded as well. That would not surprise me. Again, raising stops, raise stops on SoFi there. SPY, AMD both breaching that pre-market low. Come on. Let's get paid. I feel like AMD is going to flush hard here, guys. It should flush pretty hard here once we lose this pre-market high area. Here we go. Come on, AMD. Look at this area on AMD. It's an interesting spot for sure. Trend line through these pivots. You can see why AMD bounced right there this morning. You undercut a gap fill, upsloping trend line. That's the primary reason. Come on, SPY. Get heavy. Get heavy. We're still trying to defend this AMD. SOXX had a pretty big bounce off of its opening range low. Still looking heavy though, but finding a little bit of support here. AMD seeing some buy side pressure. Got a glare on my screen for some reason, guys. All right, the US Dixie is trying to defend its pre-market low. We are getting a bit of a dip buy. Let's see. They're still being bought in the behemoth. Semis are once again bouncing. On SPY, you stubborn little indice. So after briefly going green, SOXX, guys, is now falling and lagging down 1.21%. So it's starting to weigh in on the indices here pretty sharply. Apple down 0.5%, Microsoft down 0.62, Amazon slightly red down 0.28, SpaceX down 8%, still hanging on to 115. Meta still up about 1%, but seeing a little bit of sell side pressure. Google up 0.71 and climbing. Nvidia still consolidating near the highs of the session, but running into a little bit of sell side pressure off that 222 area. Still have a lot of weakness in oil and the Dixie. Oil was green, got faded, still testing a big area, that midnight hammer high on oil. That's arguably where that Iran USA war started with that midnight hammer operation and strike. So it's a massive area for the oil market. SPY still trying to defend that pre-market high, but man, she's looking heavy, guys. She is looking heavy. Nvidia still trying to come in here. Some proposed sales in ticker KLAC, KLAC. Nike has some proposed sales today. What else? Church and Dwight, Generac, proposed sales. A little bit of insider selling. What else we got? Nice dip. SPY starting to see some rejection here. Come on down. It's your time to shine. What? It's a bird. Crazy is the S&P 500 is well above its 50 and 200-day moving average, but across the board, there's still quite a bit of stocks in the NASDAQ that are below their 50-day, which is crazy. It shows you how saturated these markets are still are, even with the S&P ripping a new highs. All right, SPY starting to roll here. This is a big breakdown, guys. SPY is starting to look heavy. Roll it over, baby. Roll it over. I've still been chopping in these SPY puts, man. Come on. Take us, gap and crack us. SOXX, guys, breaking opening range low, new low of day for SOXX, coming into its pre-market low. US dollar being defended off of its pre-market low. AMD going for new lows. This AMD put is going to explode once we take out this low of day, guys. The low of day gets us pretty much in the money on these 480s. And what I'm going to do with this trade is I'm just going to trail my stop to see if I can get maximum profit. I don't want to just close it. If we get a big flush, say into, let me just look here. Let me just go to the hourly chart. Just give me 1 second, guys. Good morning, Supreme Leader. So yeah, I could see us, if we get a straight flush, guys, into this previous high pivot on AMD, that's where I'd look to just straight take profits. Other than that, if we do a slow grind down on AMD, I'll look to just trail my stop. Right now I am up 270 bucks a sorry, 370 bucks a contract. SPY puts are starting to print as well. Let's see if we can get these 773s. Very strong chance we're going to take out pre-market low and get these SPY 7073 puts in the money. Come on, baby. Let's get paid on both AMD and SPY. SPY starting to roll. SOXX looking heavy. NVIDIA giving it up. If anyone's short of that 222 area on NVIDIA, you're laughing. Come on down, baby. Drop it, drop it, drop it low. So guys, my first trim on SPY is going to be a pierce of pre-market low. I'll trim half of my SPY puts. Come on, SPY. You can do it. Go lower. What Supreme Leader saying, AXTI has been a gold mine for you for the last few days. Let's look at AXTI quickly. Yeah, it's had a nice pop up 11.5% today. Very strong. Into the 50-day right now from a little bit of a bearish sell-off zone. So it's going to need to consolidate here to get through that zone. Nice. 476 is that 7-day moving average for AMD. So technically they're still defending that big daily chart moving average. Come on down, SPY. Just start to roll it here, man. Come on. They're still trying to defend this market, eh? IGV is still trying to defend its positive price action. But you got some pretty big IGV stocks down. Palantir, Oracle, Microsoft, all showing weakness. Let's look at some of the cybers on the back end. Palo Alto starting to roll over here, guys. Palo Alto's looking heavy. That looks like a little bit of a fade as well, guys. Pan W. Although that daily chart's strong, going for a bit of a breakout. Sheesh. SOXX is still rolling over into that pre-market low. It's very close to hitting it. Very close. SOXX is piercing the 20-day moving average to the downside, looking heavy here. That's a bit of a problem. The move has happened so quickly on SOXX that it's going to need to back and fill here a little bit. Pretty strong rejection off the weekly moving average. Come on down, SOXX. You can do it. Man, this market's stubborn. QQQ, guys, is almost negative. It's now flat. They are selling tech again. IGV looking heavy. Possible 5-10 minute bear flag on IGV. Nvidia still up 4%, holding this market higher. IONQ and Quantum are rolling over. IONQ is down 3%. Marvell is down 1.9. Intel down 1.7. Rocket Labs is seeing some additional sell side pressure. Still green though. App 11 having a nice day. Walmart strong. Snapchat coming in. Here comes the next sell wave in SPY. Come on, man. This looks heavy. Not much support here. Not much support. They should just give us a flush here. Come on, SPY. Just give us the flush. So, guys, I have a pullback, possible pullback today on SPY 766, 765 in that region. Possible downside target. We have the backdrop here, guys, for SPY to go all the way down to 766. AMD still trying to defend. Again, for me, I'm looking at trimming half of my SPY puts at a pierce of this pre-market low. SPY puts printing. This is what I've been hammering on the tape, guys. Put options here. Put options. Put options. Put options. 773 puts are approaching. Let's get paid today. Please hit that like button, guys. I've already called a nice banger out on AMD. We're winning on the SPY trade. Do not let the SPY trade go against you if you're in it. Definitely don't let BIC or AMD go against you. Come on, give us that pre-market low test on SPY. Look at AMD, guys. She's falling. She's getting heavy. She's getting heavy. I like it. I like it, AMD. Drop it like a rock, baby. Drop it like a rock. And they're still trying to buy it up off this area. SOXX is still pretty heavy, though. Looking weak. Out those lows, AMD. Take out those lows. 480 puts, guys, are only a couple bucks away from being in the money. SPY 773 puts are $1 away from being in the money. All this is happening while the US dollar and crude oil and natural gas are all weak. What's interesting is the VIX has gotten faded back down to the negative side. Even though the market's starting to see some sell side pressure, the VIX was green off the gap up. Now it's turned red. Very peculiar price action in the VIX. Metals are still strong. SOXX busting through its pre-market low here. SOXX, guys. I'm up 400 bucks a contract on these AMD puts. And we got nothing but time into tomorrow. Quantum still rolling heavy here. Fucking SPY, come on. Get these 773 puts in the money. Just do it for me, SPY. AMD rolling heavy. They see me rolling. They hating. Nice. Nice drop. Here comes SPY. SOXX is drilling, guys. SOXX is drilling. QQQ is negative. IWM is negative. Next thing, take SPY negative. Come on. Drop it down, guys. It is a put day, short day. Short the pops. Short it down. Take us down, SPY. SPY approaching pre-market low. Again, pre-market low is the profit-taking zone for me. A pierce to that zone would be ideal. First fib retrace of this gap up move is coming into effect. Let me just actually adjust this. There. Come on, AMD. Take out that low. Give me a new low a day. Do it for me. Don't you dare try to bounce here, SPY. Gosh, man, they're still so stubborn with this indice. Amazon almost rolling over here. Google still strong, climbing. AMD, Intel, Micron got faded pretty hard, guys. It's still up 1%, but giving up majority of its gains. SpaceX back under 115, looking gnarly. Drop it down, baby. US Dixie starting to uptick. Come on, baby. You can do it if you really want. AMD, come on, get these 480 puts in the money. We'll be laughing. S&P 500 still a beast. Snapchat rolling over. IGV looking much heavier as well, starting to roll over. AMD still looking for new lows, guys. These puts are printing. Come on, baby. Take out those lows, AMD. SPY still has not tested that pre-market low yet. What a beast, man. It's so stubborn, SPY. SPY is too stubborn. Too stubborn. SOXX is now down 1.92%. SOXX is sitting right on its pre-market low. Still trying to defend it. IGB still slightly green. New lows, 480 puts are in the money on AMD, guys. Up 500 bucks a contract, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking SPY, man. Let's go AMD. This is where it melts, guys. This is the melt on AMD. Come on, baby. Pierce that opening range low. Give us a nice little capitulation flush. Come on. If you're wanting to take profits on AMD, you can. I'm going to just trail in hopes that we get a bigger flush into at least that 7-day moving average. That 7-day moving average is seemingly where it was settling yesterday off its earnings, which is still around 475 and change. So I'm not going to let the trade go against me. You might get a tiny bounce here. All right, they're buying it up. Buying it up. Palantir now down 1%, Oracle down 0.88, Uber getting rocked down 6, Rivian down 2, Snap down 5.8. Oil's trying to get a bit of a dip buy here, guys. XLF still holding structure. Micron getting a nice bounce back up 1.8%. UNH Healthcare holding steady today. Natural gas still struggling. Bitcoin still looking somewhat decent. Some of our high volume names. We still got EOSC down 11.7. Nokia down 2.2. Open Door down 4.98. Zeta up 13.36%, acting well. Grab is green. JLHL, what the hell's that? Up 123%? Sheesh. Ondas slightly green. Shopify having a great day, up 17.4%. Nvidia still showing strength. IGV, guys, looking heavy. Possible H pattern breakdown on software IGV, guys. Look at this IGV. Bearish pattern. If you're wanting to short IGV, this is looking like it's going to have an H pattern breakdown here. Keep your eye on this one. If it breaks, you could catch a nice momentum trade down. Possible H pattern detected on IGV. It is breaking, guys. All right, I'm going to look to jump into some IGV put options as well. I'm going to look to jump into the 102s for August 7th. What about if I do something riskier? What if I do something a bit riskier? Where is the 7-day moving average? 7-day moving average is all the way down at 96 on the daily. 4-hour charts at 98.50-ish. There is a bit of hourly chart support forming here. SPY still defending support here. Big bounce. All right, I'm going to look to short this next pop on IGV, guys. IGV, I'm looking at shorting and jumping into 102 puts for August 7th. Give me a small pop now. Still sitting in these AMD 480s. 773 SPY puts and looking to jump into IGV. So we got a short on SPY, we got a short on the semis through AMD, and I'm looking at picking a short on software. Yesterday was a bit of a different day. We saw semis rally and software rally. Perhaps today we're going to see semi sell and software sell. QQQ still red, IWM red, SOXX down 2% and fallen. SPY looking to join the negative party, but it's still at 0.3% and holding somewhat steady. Nice rejection on SPY, still sitting in 773 puts. I am up on the trade, but looking for a pre-market low pierce. So I'm not going to cover, I'm going to look for a clear pierce of this pre-market low before I trim half the puts because we got a little consolidation candle here. I want to see it flush through pre-market low and I'll take trim, first trim guys. So these 773 SPY puts should go in the money. I'm pretty confident on them. Come on, give us a wave down. Send it to the basement, baby. Nice drop on SPY. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful rejection. AMD new low a day. SPY coming into 773. Let's get paid. Let's go, baby. Look at this. This is beauty, guys. Profits being made today. Yesterday I got burned on some puts, so today I'm happily making my money back. Up 520 bucks a contract on AMD puts. Come on, can we get 100% on this trade? I'd be happy. Come on, give me a nice flush, SPY. Do it for us. Do it for us. Here we go. Beautiful drop, guys. All right, I'm taking profits there, guys. Taking profits. That was a nice high volume flush, guys. Trimming half of my SPY puts. Boom. Sold half of my SPY puts at $1.95. Stops are at break even. Bang. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Nice job, guys. 51% gain on first trim. Beauty, guys. Beauty. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. VIX is now green. VIX got a big spike there. Wow. I gotta check this VIX chart because I think I'm getting wrong quotes. What the heck happened to the VIX here? The VIX actually just do a crazy spike. Look at that. What the heck is that? Holy shit. Is that a real candle? They're doing some weird shit on the VIX, guys. Thank you, Cabin. Thank you. Look at that VIX candle. Look at that VIX candle. That's filthy. Sheesh. I know. I just saw that VIX. It was, I don't know what the VIX is doing. And then look at it. It's back down. I don't know what they're doing. I'm staying away from that VIX. That thing's too volatile. Look at that thing. That was like a 10, 11% pop in one fucking minute. Holy. And now it's back down. Smoke signals. That's crazy, that VIX thing. That was weird. That was very weird. Nevertheless, guys, like I said, we still have a chance at heading to 766 today on SPY. 766. A buyable spot. If we get a nice hard flush over the next 30 minutes to 60 minutes straight, if we get a flush into the 769 area, you could buy a little bit of a bounce for a scalp. But that VIX was just ridiculous. I don't understand how that VIX just shot up fucking like 11%. I mean, if you had VIX calls, that was a crazy move. For how small of a sell program that was in the market, that was a crazy VIX move. I don't know what they're doing. So again, that was the Pierce guys are pre-market low. We trimmed half of our SPY puts, or I trimmed half, 51% gain. Still sitting in AMD 480s, up several $100s a contract. What do we got? So Micron still up 2%. Nvidia still holding steady. Google still holding steady, but Qs are negative. IWM lagging. SOXX down 1.87. Gold up 4.1. Silver. Gold up 4% with silver up 4%. That's crazy strength in gold today. That's a wild price action day for gold. What else do we have for data? What is it? 11 o'clock? So 30 minutes till that London close. Let me see. We had crude oil inventories a little bit earlier. Didn't really do too much for the price action of crude oil. It's still remaining pretty weak, chopping around that midnight hammer high. Crude oil inventories, gasoline inventories. Okay, not too much action there. Not too much else. I don't think there's any other data. We got Trump speaking at 4:30 and Governor Cook at 4. So Trump at 4:30. I wonder what he's going to say. I wonder if we're going to get a big sell day and then 4:30 Trump gives us a pump, tacos us. I don't know. I'm speculating. Does anybody know why Trump is speaking at 4:30? Because he wants attention. Renzer saying because he wants attention. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that could be. That could be, guys. That could be. We'll see. Again, guys, please give this stream a like down below. Called out a nice couple winners here. IGV, guys, starting to roll over that H pattern that I was discussing on software. IGV starting to play out here, guys. Looking real nasty. QQQ also looking somewhat heavy, like it needs to go lower. IWM making lower lows. Let's look at this SPX chart. SPX chart still crazy extended. There she goes. Thanks, guys. SPY is still remarkably strong, guys, defending that pre-market low right now with some force. I wonder if it's gonna stay that way. Software still looking like it's being shorted. They're fading the pop. AMD 480 puts back in the money, guys. Up 565 bucks a contract. IGV new low of day, rolling heavy. SPY looking for another low of day. SOXX is still sitting on its pre-market low. It's in the tape, so semis are bouncing while software is drilling, oil's drilling, dollar's drilling. Silver now at 5%, pushing even higher. IGV new low a day. Still continue to see some sell side pressure in software. Software rolling heavy. They see me rolling. They hating. I'm trying to catch me back. IGV still rolling heavy, heavy, heavy. Come on down, AMD. Drop it low, drop it low, drop it low. They're doing a slow grind down, guys, on SPY, but they're selling it. Lots of selling. People are still buying the dip, but they're still shorting every pop right now. QQQ still down 0.15, IWM down 0.8, SOXX now down 2%, going for another pre-market low breakdown. Nvidia still up 3.3, Google up 0.8, Apple up 0.4, Microsoft down 0.43, Amazon down, Amazon is slightly green, relatively flat though. SpaceX still down 8%, but back above 115. Meta down 0.5, or sorry, Meta's up 0.56, Tesla's down 1.19, Micron up 1.87, AMD down 7.3, Intel down 2.2. I wonder if I should take some VIX calls. I wonder if that was a smoke signal. That was a crazy pop on that VIX. And it was there for about 30 seconds. You would have had options to, you would have had a little bit of time to quickly take profits on these VIX, but let's see. We take VIX. Imagine the VIX starts to explode back up to this area today. I might take a VIX lotto. What is that? 1840? What do I need to trade here? VIX. Did the UVXY spike? No, see, UVXY didn't spike. Just the VIX did. What about UVIX? UVIX didn't. So it was just a VIX fake print, maybe. Maybe just a fake print. Hmm. Weird. Yeah, VIX is still nuts for sure. All right, your crude oil, guys, is getting a small pop. It's back to the green side. Possible hourly bottoming tail forming on crude that could push S&P 500 back over the edge. We're starting to see some of the leading stocks again go negative. Lots of distribution hitting the tape. SOXX is still trying to bounce off its pre-market low. AMD defending OR low. NVIDIA trying to bounce off of the 219 handle. But software is starting to drain here. Qs are still lagging immensely. What else we got going on? What's this stock? Arcon. Sheesh. Dropped 78% on Arcon? I remember trading this one back in the day. Sheesh. Pretty big bounce so far in semis. Nvidia is still looking a little bit weak. You know, there's a big lotto trade on Nvidia, guys. Nvidia, there is a chance that it gaps and cracks to the downside. That's a big lotto. Wouldn't surprise me though to see a. It's still defending that gap fill. I might take a Nvidia lotto. Let me look at this. A 0 DTE on Nvidia. I might take a put option, guys. I'm looking at maybe even 215s. 215 puts. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna play with profits. I'm gonna take Nvidia 215 put as a lotto, shorting the strongest stock. I know it's very, very dangerous. Shorting this pop on Nvidia, guys. It is gonna be a lotto trade, 0 DTE, so size for loss or appropriately. Looking at a 60. All right, I got filled at 16 cents, guys. Nvidia 215 put, 0 DTE, 16 cents. This is a lotto, guys, on Nvidia. It's a very, very risky trade. Nvidia is still super strong. Small size if you're playing. Nice reversal off the lows. Still underneath its pre-market low area. We're trying to get a little bit of a pop. AMD pushing back for pre-market highs. SPY still defending pre-market low. IGB still looking heavy while SOXX is trying to bounce. 11-11, guys. Make a wish. I second that wish, Cabin. I second that wish. Think about it though. Wouldn't it be fun if you won the Powerball trading with $1 billion? Or you get taxed in the States, so 500 million or whatever the hell it is. What is the Powerball? Let's look at what the jackpot is. I'll pray for you tonight. Trading with that would be fun. Could do a martingale strategy. Start off 50,000 a trade, 100,000, 200,000, 400,000, 800,000, 1.6 mil, 3.2, 6.4, 12. Yeah, it's hard to lose with that money. All right, S&P 500 still seeing some weakness. Pre-market low retest. You wouldn't risk it? No, I wouldn't risk that as well. But it just shows you there's a lot of exponential things you can do with that. SPY 773 puts are back almost in the money. Pre-market low, we're going to flush. If we lose this pre-market low, we should flush hard, guys, and we should take out the gap fill and head to the 769. So 769 is still that aggressive bounce trade area. You got a bigger fib retrace level at 769.69 and then a 382 fib off a smaller retrace zone. So a couple fib levels in this confluence zone. Right above your previous little consolidation pattern, still very small. Come on, SPY, melt it. Key numbers that you're playing there, Cabin, for your Powerball. I'll go buy the tickets as well. Here comes the melt, guys. Here comes the melt. SPY rolling heavy. Let's get paid today. Here we go, guys. These SPY contracts are exploding. 773 puts In the money, baby. Let's go. Nvidia puts starting to wake up. AMD puts, we're still riding. I'm also gonna play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How I don't think anyone would believe the lottery if they printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be crazy. Come on, Spy, melt it. Melt it through this area. Are we coming into any EMAs? Yeah, this big 5-minute EMA. This is potentially turning into almost a weird looking head and shoulders pattern, guys. It's a very weird one. Very weird head and shoulders formation on SPY, guys. Hasn't triggered yet. Hey, that head and shoulders aligns pretty much with my target. Nice. All right, so my next trim, guys, is going to be, I'm going to take a full trim on SPY puts. Once we undercut, once we pierce this trend line here. So we break this pivot zone, that's my next trim zone. So a pierce of 771.10 area. That is my next trim. Come on, baby. Let's get paid today. Let's get paid. Sell it, sell it, sell it. We haven't even seen it. These puts are paying. Look at that. All right, guys, that's the tap right there. I am trimming all out here. Beautiful. 2.78 all out of SPY puts. Bang. Just right there, guys. We gave you that level. Boom. That was 115% gain, guys, on SPY puts. Still in NVIDIA and AMD. It's another nice win, guys, on SPY. Beautiful. Beautiful job, man. All right, my money's been made, guys. I said you like it like that. Boom, boom, boom. I said I like it like that. That was a big flush there, quickly. Dixie and oil are still trying to pop slightly to the top side. And we're still looking a little bit heavier here. Still stay on for another few more minutes here until the London close. But I'm pretty much done trading for the day. A couple little autos left on the table with Nvidia. Still in my AMD puts, but we got a couple days on that one. I'm not worried about that trade since we've already taken profits on it. And we're deep in the money, or we're deep in profit with stops in place. Other than that, nice job, SPY, AMD, Nvidia. We'll see if Nvidia plays out. But great trading session so far, guys. Nice trading session. All right, so we are starting to see some of that flight to safety trade kicking in again. What we're observing is Apple. Apple Dapple is trying to push here and turning green. So Apple seems to be that little bit of that safe haven trade in the market. We'll see if we get additional sell side pressure in the tape. Still seeing this market struggling slightly. SOXX is still sitting on pre-market lows. So if SOXX loses that pre-market low, guys, I mean, it's going to work itself into that massive gap window and gap fill. Gap fills all the way down at 507. There is a support level around 523.50-ish on SOX. But if we lose pre-market low, this market's going to be in trouble. For now, they're still defending it. IGV, nice bounce. SOX is still trying to bounce. Still getting sell signals on SOX. Hourly chart. Daily chart though still showing a buy signal as SOX is trying to hold on to the 20-day. 4 hours still showing a little bit of a buy signal. So your shorter time frames are showing sell signals on SOX while your larger time frames are still showing decent structure. We'll see if we get additional sell side pressure from that London close, Europe close in a couple minutes here. Come on, Nvidia, break it down. Break it down for me. Your US dollar starting to pop a little bit. You might see some sell side pressure hit the metals. Let's take a peek at gold quickly. Yeah, gold at the highs, guys. If you're wanting to scalp gold short up here, not a bad spot to try to do so. As the US dollar is trying to uptick a little bit. Gold is back testing this little bit of a pivot zone going all the way back into 2025. So this is an aggressive short level for gold, but you might be able to scalp it. SPY still looking heavy structurally. AMD semis are still trying to get a little bit of a bounce here, guys. SPY still struggling, looking heavy. Still looking at that possible head and shoulders pattern on the SPY intraday chart. It's hard not to think SPY is going to follow suit and go negative with the Qs and the IWM. Interesting. It's still holding positive, but not much support has been established, guys. Look at this grind yesterday. Gap up and grind. That was a pure short squeeze, gamma squeeze. And if we lose these pivots here, not much support has been established from yesterday's grind, which is why I think we are actually going to go down a bit more. I think they're going to take us down here. AMD small pop, IGV still looking structurally a little bit heavier here. Here comes SPY, starting to roll a little bit heavier. If you didn't get your fill off that big wick down, this is going to be your chance. Semis are still trying to defend support, so we haven't really seen Nvidia or Micron break down here. AMD still trying to defend that 480 zone like a champ. SPY gonna break down. Again, there is an aggressive long, guys, off the 769.50, 769.40 area. Aggressive long. S&P 500 still looking weak. SOXX still sitting right on that pre-market low. IGV, new low of day, starting to see additional sell side pressure. Nvidia still chopping around here. US dollar still just chopping around. All right, we just got that London European close. Usually leading into that, if you have sell side pressure, you'll get a little bit of a pop. But SPY's bearish now, guys. We've lost pre-market low on SPY. So if you get a retest of that pre-market low, which is around 773, that is a shortable zone intraday. Then if you start getting candle closes back inside pre-market low, you'd simply look to stop out of the trade. All right, guys, I'm gonna pack it in for the day. I might come back power hour. Haven't quite decided, but I'll keep the member live stream going on Telegram for a bit. Live trading group. But my money's been made. It might be a lot of chop and theta burn from here. I would highly suggest we keep your eye on that US Dixie. I'm looking for the Dixie to get above 99.76. And we're probably going to see more sell side pressure. Nice sunny day here for me, so not going to spend all day in front of the screens. Got a little bit of research to do on a couple companies. I'm going to look and screen through a couple more earnings. We got quite a bit more earnings after hours. Other than that, guys, great job if you got profits with us. And hopefully everyone made money. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all a little bit later. Ciao, ciao.